Chosen one. Wednesday stands before you, not as an ordinary day, but as a bridge between what you have carried in your spirit and what is about to materialize in your hands. You have waited, endured, and believed through shadows that tried to convince you nothing would ever change. Yet, this Wednesday holds a current unlike any other. It is a huge transfer day, a movement of energy, wealth, opportunities, and confirmation flowing directly into your life. The signals have already been whispered into your path. The sudden restlessness in your heart, the unusual clarity in your thoughts, the feeling that something is approaching even when no one else around you sees it. These are not random. They are indicators that Wednesday has been set apart for you. Before we continue deeper, pause here with me. Take a slow breath and open your heart. In the comments below, release your warmest wishes, the blessings you have been carrying, the opportunities you have been waiting for, the peace, abundance, and freedom your soul longs to experience. Do not let them remain hidden. Declare them openly, and when you write them, seal them with 777. You are not just typing digits, you are activating a current that carries your words into the living stream of creation. Let this Wednesday be the moment your wishes breathe and join the wealth already seeking you. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. This Wednesday is not simply about numbers in an account or opportunities appearing at your door. It is about a shift of identity. You will sense it like the turning of a page you did not even know was stuck. Suddenly, where there was delay, there is movement. Where there was silence, there is response. Where there was emptiness, there is overflow. This transfer is not a trickle. It is a surge. It comes to remind you that everything you endured had a purpose and that your story is not one of stagnation, but of breakthrough. The universe has been storing this moment for you, and now it releases it all at once, like a dam breaking after years of pressure. Think about how transfers work in the natural world. A transfer means something leaves one place and enters another. It is not lost, it is relocated. In the same way, what is about to reach you was never destroyed. It was being prepared. Wealth, healing, favor, and strength were being kept in trust, waiting for the exact day when your path and timing would align. Wednesday is that alignment. The huge transfer coming your way is proof that nothing meant for you can be stolen, only delayed until the moment it can serve its fullest purpose. Chosen one, this Wednesday will reveal to you that your patience was not wasted. Every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, every test of your endurance has been converted into momentum. The delay was never denial. It was the storage of energy. Imagine all the moments you thought were lost, compressed together, and released in a single day. That is what this Wednesday carries. It is more than just timing. It is divine orchestration, where all strands of your past suffering and hope weave into a single release of wealth and confirmation. There is a reason you feel restless right now, as if your spirit cannot sit still. It is because you are sensing the weight of what is already in motion. Transfers do not announce themselves with trumpets. They move quietly until the moment they appear, and then suddenly, everything is different. On Tuesday night, you may go to sleep in uncertainty, but on Wednesday, you will awaken to signals, opportunities, and flows that break every ceiling you thought existed. It will feel surreal, almost unbelievable, but you must remember this truth. You are not receiving something foreign. You are receiving what was always yours. Wednesday's huge transfer is not only financial, it is emotional, it is relational, it is spiritual. Money will come, yes, but so will peace, clarity, direction, and unexpected doors. You will feel a weight lifting, as though an invisible debt you carried in your soul has been erased. You will notice that conversations shift in your favor. People respond differently to you, and opportunities find you without you chasing them. This is the multidimensional nature of the transfer. It does not only fill accounts, it fills life. The magnitude of this transfer is measured not just in size, but in timing. The right amount at the wrong time can feel like a curse, but the right amount at the right time becomes transformation. This Wednesday is the perfect time. You are ready now in ways you were not before. You understand value more deeply, you see priorities more clearly, and you no longer seek validation from empty places. This makes you not only a receiver, but a steward of the huge transfer. It will not slip through your fingers, because you have been shaped to hold it. As the day approaches, pay attention to the subtle signs. A call you did not expect, a number that repeats itself, a sudden wave of peace that arrives without reason. All of these are confirmations that the flow has already begun. Do not dismiss them as coincidences. Transfers always leave traces before they manifest fully. Like a fragrance carried on the wind before the person arrives, these signals are proof that Wednesday's wealth is already in transit to you. Chosen one, prepare your heart for surprise. The transfer will not come only in the way you expect. Sometimes it arrives as provision, other times as an open door you never imagined. It may come as relief from a debt, as a partnership forming at the exact right moment, as a breakthrough in a relationship, or as the sudden arrival of resources you thought were locked away. Do not limit it by your imagination. Trust that the energy moving toward you knows exactly what form you need it in. This Wednesday will also test your readiness. Abundance is not simply about receiving, it is about recognizing. Will you see the door when it opens, or will you dismiss it because it does not look the way you pictured? Will you respond when the opportunity calls, or will you hesitate thinking it is too good to be true? Your openness will determine the fullness of this transfer. Stand ready, not with fear, but with expectation, because what you expect, you attract, and what you attract, you receive. This is not just about you. The huge transfer flowing into your life will ripple outward. Those connected to you will feel its impact. Just as a river does not drink its own water, you will become a channel through which abundance touches others. This is why you are chosen. It is not only for personal blessing, but for collective transformation. As wealth, favor, and energy flow to you on Wednesday, they will also flow through you, creating waves far beyond what you can measure. And when it happens, remember this moment. Remember that you were told in advance, so you would not dismiss it as chance. Wednesday is not an accident on the calendar. It is a divine appointment. Step into it with courage, chosen one, for this huge transfer is not just a gift. It is confirmation that you are aligned, prepared, and unstoppable. Chosen one, let us go deeper into the mystery of this Wednesday. It is easy to think of a transfer as something merely transactional, a shift of digits or documents from one space to another. But the energy moving toward you is far greater than a transaction. It is transformation. Transfers in the physical world mirror transfers in the spiritual and energetic realms. Money, opportunities, and resources may change hands, but beneath that surface movement lies something more profound. The confirmation that cycles are closing, seasons are turning, and you are stepping into a chapter that no past struggle can erase. This is why Wednesday feels different in your spirit. You may notice your thoughts racing more than usual, or your heart beating with an anticipation you cannot explain. It is not anxiety, it is recognition. Your being already senses what is approaching. Even before the manifestation touches your hands, your soul has caught the frequency. This is why you feel restless, why sleep may come lightly, why certain conversations or signs feel louder than they should. They are hints, echoes of a transfer already in motion. A huge transfer is never random. It requires orchestration. Think of the countless strands of life that must align: the right people, the right timing, the right circumstances. While you have been waiting, these strands have been weaving quietly in the background. What felt like silence was actually structure being built. Like an architect designing a hidden foundation before the house rises, the universe has been aligning details you could not see. And now, on Wednesday, that hidden structure will emerge into the visible. It will appear sudden, but it has been long in the making. Consider how long you carried weight without release. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door felt like evidence against you. Yet, those very obstacles became the raw material of this transfer. They forced you to strengthen patience, sharpen discernment, and expand faith. Without those qualities, the huge transfer might have slipped through your fingers. You would not have been ready to hold it, to protect it, to steward it. But now, after everything, you are no longer the same person you were when the waiting began. You are stronger, clearer, and more aligned. This is why the transfer is huge. It is not just large in measure, but vast in meaning. Wednesday is not a day to fear, but a day to embrace. And yet, the human mind often resists what feels too big. It whispers, "What if this isn't for me? What if I'm not ready? What if it disappears?" These thoughts are echoes of old scarcity, shadows of past wounds. But they cannot define this moment. The transfer does not arrive because of your perfection. It arrives because of your persistence. It comes because you stayed when quitting seemed easier, because you believed when evidence was scarce, because you kept moving even when the ground beneath you was uncertain. The transfer is not a reward. It is recognition. It is life's way of saying, "I saw what you endured, and now I restore." Chosen one, do not underestimate the power of recognition. When life recognizes you, doors open without knocking. When energy recognizes you, alignment happens without striving. When the universe recognizes you, resources flow without chasing. This Wednesday, the recognition will be undeniable. It will feel like a spotlight has shifted, like the delay that once mocked you now bends to bless you. You will sense it not only in what arrives, but in how it arrives. With ease, with clarity, with certainty that leaves no room for doubt. And though the transfer will be tangible, it will also be symbolic. It symbolizes the end of scarcity thinking, the breaking of invisible chains, the rewriting of the story you have carried. This is not just about having more, it is about becoming more. The energy moving into your life is not here to simply supply, it is here to amplify. It will awaken dreams that were buried, courage that was dulled, and possibilities you once deemed unreachable. You will begin to look at life differently, not through the lens of "can I survive?" but "how far can I soar?" Pay close attention to how the day unfolds. Sometimes the transfer begins quietly, with small shifts that seem insignificant. A message answered, an invitation extended, a door nudged open. These may look ordinary, but they are the opening notes of a larger symphony. Other times, The transfer bursts forth with undeniable magnitude, shocking you with its scale. Whether subtle or overwhelming, trust that it is part of the same orchestration. Do not despise the small signs, for they often carry the proof that something bigger is on the way. There is also a test in the transfer. Abundance is not only about what you gain, but about what you release. Are you willing to let go of the old beliefs that told you you were unworthy? Are you ready to release the habits of scarcity that made you hoard instead of trust? Are you prepared to stop seeing yourself as a victim of time and instead embrace yourself as a steward of timing? The huge transfer on Wednesday is not only about what you will receive, it is about what you will shed. The shedding may sting, but it clears space for the fullness to arrive. Do not forget, chosen one, that wealth flows in layers. First comes peace, then comes clarity, then comes provision, then comes overflow. Many chase provision while ignoring peace, but peace is the truest sign of alignment. This Wednesday, as the transfer moves toward you, notice the peace that settles over you. Even before the numbers rise, even before the opportunities are named, you will feel a stillness within you, a certainty that the waiting is over. That peace is not random. It is evidence that the transfer has already begun. And when it arrives, take a moment to stand still and breathe it in. Too often, we rush from one breakthrough to the next, barely noticing the miracle as it unfolds. But Wednesday is a marker. It is a before and after moment in your story. Do not run past it. Pause, acknowledge it, honor it. Let gratitude rise, not because you are trying to be polite, but because gratitude seals what has been given. Gratitude says, I see it, I value it, I hold it. And when you hold it, it multiplies. The huge transfer is more than numbers. It is a mirror. It reflects back to you the truth you have always carried, that you are chosen, that you are not forgotten, that your story is not defined by lack, but by abundance. Every detail of this Wednesday is designed to remind you of that truth. Even the obstacles that remain will look different in the light of this transfer. Problems that once felt insurmountable will shrink, not because they vanished, but because you have grown larger than them. This is what transformation does. It does not remove every challenge. It changes how you stand within them. Chosen one, step boldly into Wednesday. Do not tiptoe into it, as if afraid it will vanish. Walk with certainty, as if the ground beneath you is already paved with provision. Speak with assurance, as if the doors you need are already unlocked. Think with freedom, as if the burdens you carried have already dissolved. Because in truth, they have. The huge transfer is not approaching. It is arriving. It is not distant. It is here. All that remains is for you to step into it, to recognize it, to claim it, not with desperation, but with gratitude and faith. Chosen one, the closer we come to Wednesday, the stronger the current becomes. You can almost feel it in the air, as though the atmosphere itself is heavier with promise. The transfer is not silent. It hums, it vibrates, it echoes. Even if you cannot see it yet, you can sense it pressing against the edges of your reality. It is like the sky just before a storm. The clouds gather, the wind shifts, the pressure builds, and then, suddenly, everything breaks open. That is the pattern of this transfer. It builds quietly until it bursts unmistakably, leaving no doubt that a divine release has occurred. Do not mistake the tension you feel for trouble. It is not a signal of something going wrong. It is the labor of breakthrough. Just as the earth shakes before new life emerges, Your spirit trembles before this transfer manifests. That trembling is not weakness. It is power adjusting, energy aligning, destiny preparing to touch the ground of your life. You are not collapsing. You are expanding. What you feel now is your soul stretching to hold what it once could not. This Wednesday is not just about provision. It is about proof. Proof that you were not forgotten. Proof that your waiting was not empty. Proof that energy responds to persistence. There is a power in knowing that what you once only envisioned is now stepping into form. And when it does, it will feel strangely familiar, as though you have walked here before. That is because, in a sense, you have. You have carried this transfer inside you in dreams, in prayers, in silent hopes. Now those unseen visions will put on flesh. What lived in imagination will live in reality. Consider the way rivers flow. They begin as small streams, sometimes hidden beneath the ground, unseen and unheard. But as they travel, they merge, gaining strength, gathering speed, widening until they become impossible to ignore. That is what has been happening for you. Quiet streams of favor, opportunity, and wealth have been moving toward you, hidden beneath the surface. On Wednesday, those streams converge into a river. You will not have to search for it. It will find you, surround you, and carry you forward with a force you could not create on your own. This transfer also carries restoration. Think of all that was taken from you: time, energy, opportunities, even relationships that slipped through your grasp. The universe wastes nothing. What felt like theft will return as abundance. What seemed destroyed will reappear in new form. Restoration does not always give back the exact thing you lost. Sometimes it gives you better, greater, fuller. This Wednesday, watch for restoration disguised as newness. The door that closed long ago may not reopen, but a larger one will swing wide. The friendship that ended may not return, but a connection of deeper value may appear. The wealth you thought was gone may not reappear in the same place, but it will find you in a way that multiplies beyond what you imagined. And here is something important. This huge transfer will not only change what you have, it will change who you are. Scarcity leaves behind a shadow, whispering that blessings cannot last. But Wednesday's transfer comes as a cleansing fire, not to harm, but to release. It burns away fear and doubt, leaving you clearer, stronger, and ready. Where you once hesitated, you will now move. Where you once questioned, you will now believe. That is the mark of authenticity. The transfer shifts not just your circumstances, but your very being.